action.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open mouth or.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take celebration.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
We all say when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom.
32 years to the day since they last met at a World Cup. Netherlands and Morocco resume their feud in this huge knockout clash. Hakimi. It's on the ball, the header's there, a massive save from Barbara. The attack continues, the strike is there from the young Sᴘᴏʀᴛ, but it's high and over.
Well, the quality of service, accuracy, the placement, and then just looking for the glance header. What a reaction save.
And they're coming forward once again. Kনুs rolls it to one side. The attack continues. Bondu is able to guide the ball away. The strike is there. It's another massive save. Hakimi with the strike. And the response from Barbara is another massive one. Robert. And Ven shoots! And a fingertip save to send the ball out for a corner. An easy collection for Yassine Bounou. And that will be the last piece of play from the first half here in Monterrey. Played for the first 45 plus minutes. So we are back now underway. And Morocco kicking some extra yards early on. A little bit of pace being injected by Morocco. And here is Hakimi, the angle is tight. The opportunity was there. Get on by Βᴜᴜ into the path of Somerville, who goes down. And it's left and it's into the back of the net. And some things are just bigger than football. Cody Gakpo. Fine. Mazraoui. 90 has passed. The header is excellent. And Morocco are back level. So back underway. Extra time between Dalby. So Barley is opened up here. There's a huge chance and a massive save. Rahimi.
Well, he's gone inside, he's gone outside, he's got Cʀᴜɪ്ᴜ on the deck, he's got the goalkeeper at his mercy as well.
So it's 20 past, just after 9 local time. We are back underway. So there we go. Nothing to separate the Netherlands and Morocco through 120 minutes. And so we will be off to penalties. Barbara making himself big. Layani off the bar! Kluivert hits the bottom of the post. Bounou desperately trying to distract Netherlands man, who rolls it wide. Now this to put Morocco ahead, and is their captain
It would have just been sad not to see them.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch, and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
I am the wonder, I'm the legend, I am the magic, I am the story, I'm the thriller. It is not over until the whistle says it's over. It is a feeling, knowing victory is in the way. I am one language, I am one color, I'm one culture. I am the city, I am your neighbor, I'm your brother. I bring you the light, I make some upsets, make surprises. I write my story among the legends of football. Cause you came, you saw, you conquer, you go, you try, you fly. You know what we came here to do. So all I wanna shout is go. All I wanna shout is go. So all I wanna shout is go. So all I wanna shout is go, 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 go. Spirit, I've one purpose. I am the passion. I am no fiction, but one big dream. I'm balling so hard.
A very good evening to you. Welcome to Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. It is the Tuesday edition, and of course, I know it's been chilling in the city of Lagos. And of course, we want to appeal to you to manage yourself as you drive home. You're stuck in traffic, probably because there's a lot of flooding here, and then you can't drive, so fast. Just be very careful, and of course, pay attention to other road users. But we're here to serve you the very best of everything to also keep your company from now till 7 p.m. as we'll also give you updates on the ongoing game, the round of 32 clash between the Elephant of Côte d'Ivoire versus Norway. Still goalless, 8 minutes into that game, and Nicolas Pepe from Arsenal winger just delivered a corner kick into the Norwegian box 18, but it was properly dealt. We'll give you a rundown of the team list for both for this game, and also the big game also tonight at the defending champion. We're going to talk about all of that on the show today. But boy, oh boy, what a night! And the early hours of this morning at the games that we saw, Brazil had a connection of Arsenal and an assist for the equalizer from former Manchester United midfielder Casemiro, and of course Arsenal forward Gabriel Martinelli coming in to get the late winner for Brazil. It looks like they could still continue and maybe do a bit better than they've done in the last two editions of the World Cup. I would also look at the game between Paraguay and Germany. And that is one hell of a game. And of course, Kai Havertz gave Germany the lead before Nchenzo also equalized for Paraguay. Unfortunately, the ballot of penalty could go either ways. But I think the biggest game for that we've seen so far had to be the defending champions of the African Cup of Nations. Talking about Atlas Lions of Morocco versus the Orange of the Netherlands. I would always talk about penalties. You try to avoid penalties as much as you can, but it happened yesterday, and both Germany and Netherlands, somebody said both of them should not waste money flying different aeroplanes, that since they share neighbor, they should just go back home on the same flight. But the World Cup is still going strong. Morocco progresses to the round of 16, Likewise Paraguay, and of course Brazil. Tonight, the game between Ivory Coast and Norway is going on strong. strong, and it's still goalless as we see right now. Okay, the Ivorians want to fancy their chance against a Norwegian side that did not exactly blow everyone out of proportion in the group stages, but they certainly got the job done, and they have arguably the best striker in world football right now in Haaland, leading the attacker for them, alongside the master of Arsenal captain and fresh from winning the Premier League, Martin Odegaard, doing all of the job. Okay, Pepe's jersey is torn. Unusually, he's been the most foul player already in the first early minute of this game, and the referee is saying that he needs to step out to change his jersey. But it's going to be a very interesting game, and I don't run this show alone. Agbatomi is here. What a walk-up we're seeing so far. Goals upon goals upon goals. Aside of the penalty shootout, about 220-something goals have been scored so far in this World Cup, and a Chelsea player has not scored any goal. No Chelsea player has scored at this World Cup. Almost 230 goals have been scored. None have been scored, even if his own goal. At least one Chelsea player should even score, even if his own goal.
Okay, we see. I think it's high time we cut Chelsea fans a bit of slack.
We slack?
As well as I call them.
See, you know the way they used to draw rubber band. Let the season start first.
I think we need to get to a point where we stop or desist from seeing Chelsea as a big club.
Okay, so we should just ignore them.
Let's just leave them aside. I mean, because they're not part of the conversation when it comes to the big boys. I mean, it is probably going to be a case.
They said our world champion.
They might be pulling a Manchester United by next season. I mean,
I'm struggling to the other side. No, they're not competing in any other competition. They're not going to Europe.
Okay, I won't be surprised if they get knocked out of the FA Cup as well as the Carabao Cup. For the beginning of the season. That's what I'm trying to mention. But apart from the banter that I talked about regarding Chelsea, it's been a fantastic World Cup so far. We've had a couple of surprising results, shocking results.
Sure.
And I think yesterday's result that we saw yesterday was one for the ages, really. Two World Cup favorites as well as powerhouses, Germany as well as the Netherlands being knocked out of the World Cup. And this also just goes to show that the expanded format of the FIFA 2026 World Cup has brought about a whole lot of surprising matchups. We are seeing, for example, Cape Verde being in the round of 32. That's knockout seeded against a world champion Argentina. I mean, Bosnia will probably, as well as the other Cape Verdeans, would never probably have thought of being on the same pitch as well as.
I mean, they would never have imagined that after 3 games at the World Cup, they've not lost.
They've not lost, exactly.
Cape Verde is here to lose a game.
See Paraguay as well too yesterday. I
mean, the biggest result ever in their history.
In their history, defeating Netherlands via penalties, and yes, I beg your pardon, defeating Germany via penalties. Germany, if Germany had won that game, they would have equaled their 12th game unbeaten run at the World Cup. No, not at the World Cup. I mean, in all competitions leading to the World Cup. But unfortunately, Germany have now suffered back to
penalty losses.
The last time they played at the World Cup was back in 2018. Yeah, no, it was back in 2022, and they were knocked out. They were knocked out as well. And of course, I mean, take a look at the
Germany in 2022. Yes. They didn't come out of the group stages in the last 2 World Cups.
They didn't come out of the group stages.
They didn't come out of the group stages in the last 2 World Cups.
The last time they played at the World Cup was back in 2014? I think it was 2014. Yes, it was 2014. And obviously, we all know what happened in that particular World Cup. But apart from that as well, we also saw Netherlands as well capitulating yesterday, against Morocco. Unfortunately, for the Netherlands, the Moroccans scored, I think, in the 90 plus 3 minutes thereabouts. And after that, Okwemi, the usual suspect when it comes to receiving penalties was just that was Yassine Bono, and he was instrumental for Morocco yesterday. And
I watched a special on the Yassine Bono's penalty save. By the way, have we been sleeping on here Diomande in this World Cup?
I think it's overrated.
Underrated.
It's overrated.
What?
Yes.
He's had the second highest, most successful take-ons in this World Cup. He's an Ivorian.
Diomande is overrated.
Maybe because of how much money.
Yes. For over 100 million pounds.
Maybe that's why
for a player that's only been able to play 1 season of Bundesliga football.
Maybe that's why you think he's overrated, because of the amount of money Liverpool are putting in, and then PSG and are rejecting it. But for all of the players that have been in the transfer hunt this World Cup, I've looked at them. specifically.
Yes.
And I think Diomande is, he looks like he look like, what's his name now?
Gervinho. Yes,
thank you.
Gervinho.
But in terms of his hairstyle and his
he also
hairband.
looks like, he also plays a little bit like Luis Zaha, if you remember.
For me, I think his take-on skills is solid. So and he's been successful at that.
For Diomande, if you take a look at how he also plays, everyone knows he's a tricky winger. But it takes far too many touches. I mean, he wants to, obviously take on players. He wants to go on drugs.
I think
but he touches the ball too. I mean, his touches are not as clean and as crispy.
But
I think
it's a different pressure, right?
Yep.
I think he knows that this World Cup is an audition for him.
Yeah, definitely.
He knows that for every club that have indicated interest to sign him, or the ones that are still looking at him with one kind bombastic side eye, they would use this World Cup stage to test how good he is. I mean, there's no stage bigger than the World Cup. And I think for me, apart from maybe the price, if he was a player that was rumored to be around 35-40 million euros, we're not going to say he's overrated.
Yes, exactly.
Probably because 80 million pounds had not been accepted as a bid yet.
Yep.
That's why we think he's overrated. But Diomande for me has been good for Ivory Coast. I think one of the Ivorians' best players at this World Cup so far, if I'm not mistaken. He's had the second successful take-ons. He's won the second number of corner kicks at this World Cup already. So his numbers are looking good. But hey, there's so much to expect from this game.
But for a one-season wonder,
I don't know what you guys mean by one season wonder, but again, let's look at the result of games that we saw yesterday. Brazil defeated Japan by 2-1 as Casemiro, after getting the yellow card in the 14th minute, also gave them an equalizer in the 56th minute, courtesy of Gabriel Mengel's assist. And of course, Gabriel Martinelli, another Gabriel from Arsenal, also got the winning goal, courtesy of another player that Arsenal are cutting at the moment. That's Bruno Guimaraes, 95th minute winner. And that was where it all ended for Japan. The last Asian team left.
The last Asian team left at the World Cup.
Oh, he kept the that was close. That was close. Nicolas Pepe is doing some amazing stuff at the World Cup as well. So Brazil are through to the round of 16 of the World Cup. And the next game we also saw yesterday was Germany versus Paraguay. The game ended 1-1 after 120 minutes. And of course, penalty kicks was not enough to pull Germany through to the next stage of the World Cup. So Paraguay got the biggest result of their FIFA campaign. Let's go through this one real quick. Kayavas cancelled a Julius and Chizios first half opener, but the Arsenal fought along with Newcastle's teammate Nick Watamade had their spot kick saved by Orlando Gil before Bayern Munich defender Jonathan Tah also blazed over, allowing Ose Canale to set up a last 16 clash against the winner of the match between Sweden and France. That game would also come up later tonight at 10 p.m. Germany have not won a World Cup knockout tie since winning the competition for the fourth time in 2014, and were actually denied by a controversial VAR decision in the second half of the extra time when Tah's powerful header at the corner was ruled out for a soft foul by Watamade on Gil. That's the goalkeeper of Paraguay. Well, Julian Nagelsmann's side delivered a dismal first half showing in which they failed to have a shot on target and went into the break behind despite having 87% of ball possession. And they could only improve yet, having won all of their World Cup shootouts, still couldn't rely on penalties. Even when Paraguay squandered 2 opportunities to win as Antonio Sanabria, I beg your pardon, sent his effort wide and Manuel Neuer saved from Fabian Balbuena in an epic final. Well, the game ended as Kayavas also lost his penalty after giving Germany a chance to get up in that particular one. Well, let's run through the results. The record of Germany in their penalty shootout at the 1976 World Cup finals, they lost to Czechia, or how you want to call it. Yes, against Germany 5-3. They also won the semi-final match between themselves. They won France in the 1982 World Cup semi-final. In the quarterfinal of the 1986 World Cup, they defeated Mexico by 4-1. Also defeated England in the 1990 World Cup semi-finals by 5-4. They also defeated England again in 1996 European semi-finals by 7-6. The 2006 World Cup quarterfinals, they defeated Argentina by 5-3. The the 2016 Euros quarterfinals, they defeated Italy by 7-6, and yesterday, they lost 4-3 to Paraguay. Okay, so those are the games that we saw yesterday. The other match also, that was close. That was really close.
From Ivory Coast.
I mean, it's been Ivorians, getting all of the actions and asking all of the questions. So far, this, second, the other game.
And then Ghana has also had a very quiet game so far.
That was close. I mean, he does have his quiet games, but then if you sleep on it, then you're in big problem.
But it's going to find it very difficult with the physicality of the Ivorians in this particular game.
Let's say it goes. Morocco secured a spot in the World Cup last 16 after beating Netherlands in a dramatic penalty shootout following a 1-1 draw in Montreal, Mexico. Morocco edged past the Dutch 3-2 on penalties to set up a last 16 showdown with Canada on Saturday, with Ismail Saibari claiming the decisive goal after Josep Bono saved Cṛcīnio penalty and multiple missed opportunities and saves are coming from both sides. It came after Codicappo had given Netherlands the lead in the 72nd minute following a superb break from Somerville. What followed were emotional scenes as Gakpo wiped away tears from his face. Momentum has shifted again after it looked like Codicappo's goal would be the decisive one, but a cross in the 90th minute found a charging Issa Diop, whose header found the corner of the goal and ensured the match would go into extra time. Morocco created the best chance of the extra 30 minutes and looked certain to take the lead when Sofane Rahimi was one-on-one with Van Verbruggen. Of course, that's the Brighton number one choice goalkeeper, but the Dutch goalkeeper was somehow able to deflect the shot from point-blank range in what was the save of the tournament so far. However, you could not repeat the heroics in the shootout as Netherlands became the second European side to be heading home on penalties in a matter of hours after Germany's shock penalty defeat to Paraguay. Codicappo broke the deadlock in the 72nd minute, sparking an emotional celebration from the Netherlands, but Issa Diop grabbed a dramatic equalizer as Morocco sent the tie into extra time. And when it comes to the penalties, it could go either ways, but unfortunately, the tactics of Ronald Koeman are backfired as Netherlands World Cup weight also goes on. We need to actually go on a break now. What would come back? I would look at the team list for the game that is ongoing, and I would also look at the other games that would have tonight. Another big match, France versus Sweden, and that's a massive game to look out for much later tonight. There's also Mexico versus Ecuador. That will be the early hours of tomorrow morning. Listen, see, the amount of money I've spent on fuel because of this World Cup, because I've always found a way to understand that the good games are played the early hours of the morning. So if you want to enjoy the best of the World Cup, most times it is always 2 a.m. most times. Okay, would that be a red card? That was supposed to be a breakout from Diomande. Oh, that will be close. Okay. Is that a last man challenge?
No, it's not the last one. It's not the last one.
It's a last man challenge.
It's not the last one. That's the last one.
Okay. So it's a yellow card. See, I've told you. I think Diomande understand that this World Cup is a solid. How do I put it now? Audition for him. Okay. Well, one of our colleagues on the sport desk is saying that knock Banjo Tomo on his head. Who is calling a one-season wonder? I mean, I don't understand what he meant by Diomande is a one-season wonder.
He scored 12 goals and then gave 9 assists in all competitions for Leipzig last season. Okay. He has only played one season of top-flight football, and that was at Leipzig last season.
The teams are going on a short break. Let us also go on a short break and pay some bills. What would come back? We'll go full throttle. I will analyze some of the big games that we're expected to have tonight. How big would tonight's game be for France, knowing fully well that they already know who their opponent will be, which is going to be Paraguay? Stay with us.
I am no fiction, but on big dream. I'm balling so I'm getting red and going higher.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch, and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
OneXBet, where sports come alive. Join the game and promo on the site or app. Win an iPhone 16 and cash prizes up to 750,000 naira. Enter promo code Nigeria on and boost your game. OneXBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18+. T's and C's apply.
At Mainland FM, we take our stand between the power and the people, not partisan. We bend to no side. Truth is our side, and we never run. Bitter or sweet, we say it straight. Building fairness for all sides. Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Nabisco Costa time is for you and I. You can vibe with it at snack time. You can enjoy it. You can share it. You can enjoy it. Nabisco there for you, for me and for all. Creamy, crunchy. Pick it, eat it. Have it, share it. Nabisco there for you. Creamy, crunchy. Pick it, eat it. Have it, share it. Nabisco there for you.
Creamy, crunchy Nabisco Coaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom are about to cut the cake.
It's about to go down.
Wait!
My love, wetin happen?
Before I marry you, the TV where you promise, the fridge nko, where it is? Washing machine nko, will I be using my hands to wash clothes in 2026?
Cancel this wedding. Relax, everybody. Who said I must buy everything once? I use CDK. CDK? Yes, so I dey pay small. Fridge, washing machine, even solar system. Now CDK.
So all those things don't already dey house?
Abba, since last month.
Pastor, continue the wedding.
Walk on that, join together. Why stress yourself? Get phones, TVs, solar appliances, furniture, and more on CDK. Pay small. Zero interest, normal market price. Download CDK today. Telephone 0707 454 3005.
CDK, pay small, live big.
1xBet, where sports come alive. Visit the site or app and join the game and promo. Get a chance to win an iPhone 16, cash prizes up to 750,000 naira, and a weekly free bet of up to 20%. More bets mean more tickets and rewards. Enter the promo code Nigeria on and boost your game to the max. 1xBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
Election Day is not Owambe Day. It is not movie and football day. It is not laundry day. Election Day is the day you decide your next 4 years. The law says every Nigerian 18 and above can choose their leader. So when you say your vote does not matter and you stay home, you forfeit your right to demand accountability. One vote has sacked bad leaders before. One vote has built clinics. One vote can change your street. So this election day, wake up, carry your PVC, go to your polling unit and vote peacefully. Because if you do not vote, you don't get to complain later. Your right, your vote, your future. This message is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM.
Nabisco Costa time is for you and I. You can vibe with it at snack time. You can enjoy it. You can share it. You can enjoy it. Nabisco there for you, for me and for all. Creamy, crunchy. Pick it, eat it. Have it, share it. Nabisco there for you.
Creamy, crunchy Nabisco Coaster.
Supreme noodles boom boom, supreme noodles boom boom. Supreme noodles boom boom, supreme noodles boom boom.
Tasty up supreme noodles, it go spark up your mood. So delicious, so tasty, young and old them love it. Spring it chewy with better aroma. Rich with real chicken essence.
Supreme noodles boom boom, supreme noodles boom boom. Supreme noodles boom boom, Supreme noodles boom boom.
Sidap Supreme Noodles with real chicken essence.
Supreme noodles boom boom.
Sidap Supreme Noodles.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom are about to cut the cake.
It's about to go down.
Wait!
My love, wetin happen?
Before I marry you, the TV where you promise, the fridge nko, where it dey? Washing machine nko, will I be using my hands to wash clothes in 2026?
Cancel this wedding. Relax, everybody. Who said I must buy everything once? I use CDK. CDK? Yes, so I dey pay small. Fridge, washing machine, even solar system. Now CDK.
So all those things don't already dey house?
Abba, since last month.
Pastor, continue the wedding.
Walk on down, join together. Why stress yourself? Get phones, TVs, solar appliances, furniture, and more on CDK. Pay small. Zero interest, normal market price. Download CDK today. Telephone 0707 454 3005.
CDK, pay small, live big.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Oh, yes! He done it! That's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
This is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. From hot transfer gist to Champions League drama, from Nigeria football madness to global sport cruise, we bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set.
Go! Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup.
Hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complications.
Remember, we told you a couple of days back that we found a song that's suitable to drive us through this World Cup, especially as long as we have Africa still playing at the World Cup. And this is coming from Red Prince, and the title of the song is Goal. So I'm sure you've been enjoying it. Super amazing guy. And you decided to just cook up something to celebrate the World Cup season. And like I said, the title of that song is actually Goal. So it's from Red Prince. So I mean, we're going to be playing it for you all through the World Cup. Like I said, especially as Africa continues to win and continue to remain at the World Cup, you would also continue to enjoy that song. It's been Ivory Coast all the way against a much fancied Norway. And let me run you through the starting 11 of Ivory Coast. As you see, Fofana in goal for them. As we also have Doué, that's the twin brother of Desiree Doué of France, is actually playing for Ivory Coast. We have Koeman, we have Agbadu, we have Kasono in the midfield, we have Sangare, we have Nicolas Pepe, former Arsenal winger, we have Frankese, former Barcelona player as well. We also have CR Okwabi, we have Yan Diomande, and of course we have Boni. For the Norwegian in goal, we have Nyland, we have Paderman, Aja, Nigers, and we have Wolf, we have Pittsburgh, we have Borg, we have Martin Odegaard, we have Nusa, we have Alan, and of course we have Atletico Madrid forward, which is solid. It's still goalless at 34 minutes of the game, and it looks like the Ivorians are putting everything on the line to continue to fly the flag of Africa at this World Cup.
I am one rhythm, I am one spirit, I've one purpose, I am am the passion.
That's
I am no fiction, but one big dream.
There's still other games to also look forward to in this World Cup. A game later tonight at 10 p.m. 2018 winners and 2022 finalists, talking about the Les Bleus of France, would play against Sweden, and that game will be by 10 p.m. And of course, the early hours of tomorrow, for those of you that have decided to be night crawlers since this World Cup started, it's going to be Mexico versus Ecuador. Remember, Mexico are one of the host nation of this World Cup, and are still very much in. In fact, none of those nations have been knocked out yet. So we have the United States still here, we have Mexico, and of course, we still have Canada. And don't forget that Canada knocked out Bafana of South Africa in the first of the 32 round 32 games a day before yesterday. So later tonight at 10 p.m., France will play against Sweden, and by 2 a.m. it's going to be Mexico versus Ecuador.
Cause all I wanna shout is stop. Cause all I wanna shout is stop. Cause all I wanna shout is stop. Cause all I wanna shout is stop.
Away from football, let's talk tennis. Anything is possible, as arguably the greatest women tennis player of all time is back. It's been an easy transition as William returned to Wimbledon action. Well, Haaland just had almost an half chance against the Ivory Coast, and it was a very easy catch for the Ivorian goalkeeper.
That was the first chance he's had, first real chance he's had
in the entire game. Well, let's see. I told you, Diomande is the most foul player in this match. He's even calling the referee to, please don't let these people kill me now. Give them yellow card now. I told you how influential it's been for Ivory Coast so far this World Cup. For Serena Williams, everything and nothing has changed on her return to Wimbledon. She's not the same woman who walked off the center court 4 years ago after a loss to Harmony Tan. Since evolving away, then back to tennis, she's had a second daughter, co-founded a National Women's Soccer League, the NWSL team, and has danced at the Super Bowl. Some of the faces that practice alongside have changed. Everyone, some of the grounds have even changed, with William finding herself momentarily lost on her way to the media center at the games. On Tuesday, the 44-year-old will play Maya Joint, 24 years her junior, in the third match at the center court, 1,395 days since her last play at the singles. No one knows how it will go, but for an American great, just being on the court is an amazing success already. Well, the Norwegians are also building the momentum into this game, and you never just can't tell. Maybe one half chance, and they could take the lead. But as it is now, it's still Norway 0, Ivory Coast 0. Agbatomi, Serena Williams is back, arguably the greatest women player to ever play the game. And it looks like she has nothing to prove, just to come back and enjoy herself 1,396 days after her last game of tennis. She'll be back playing a player that is 24 years younger than her. By the way, like I said, she has nothing to lose. She's 44, and she will be playing 20-year-old Maya Joint later tonight. Agbatomi, how great a moment would that be?
Well, just like you said, she has nothing to lose. Neither does she has anything to
prove to anyone.
Exactly, because I think we've said it countless number of times here that legends have the right, as well as
they have the right to walk away whenever they want to walk away.
And the last time, that was a goal. That was a goal.
See, I've told you. Sometimes when you have the chances, however way it comes, you take it. I just told you before we went on that tennis conversation that Norway could just have the only chance in the game, and they will bury it. And they have done exactly that. It is Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0.
Yes. And for talking about should we just talk about the World Cup, or should we just talk about
Let's talk about Serena Williams.
Let's just talk about Serena Williams very quickly. The last time she played competitive tennis, was back at the US Open. That was a banging finish right there. That was a finish outside the box 18 area for what's called Nusa to put the ball in the other end of the goalkeeper.
The Ivorian goalkeeper stands no chance for on this one. Fofana stand no chance on this
for
one.
That one. And talking about Serena Williams, really, it's going to be a game that we all are excited to see because I'm very, very sure we heard the story of her being knocked out of the what's it called now the ATP tournament that she was also involved in just before this All England Club event kick started. But it's going to be a step in the right direction if she manages to get into the main draw, because she's not even been able to get into the main draw.
She would have to win her qualifier because she came in via the wild card.
Exactly. So she has to first of all win this game against the 20-year-old challenger, and then we can now begin to see how far or how much she can progress into the group stage. There were also what's it called now in indications of a possible a doubles link up with along a sister, but I'm trying to transport to figure out if that will see eventually come to place. But as it stands right now, I think for Serena Williams, she just has to enjoy the moment. She has to prove to a 20-year-old challenger about her experience. Obviously, there's the youth side to our challenger, but she has the experience. I mean, 23-time Grand Slam winner is no easy feat if you ask me. But as it stands right now, just like we said, later tonight is going to be a big game, not just for her, but also our challenger, who I'm very, very sure would also want to get into the mix as well. Gobo. Oh, that's not going to be a goal. Another chance by Erling Haaland went begging. And for the challenger, I'm trying to remember her name now. I'm very, very sure she would want to do something that Maja Chwalinska also did. That was at the recently concluded Roland Garros, where she went from a wild card all the way to the final, where she eventually lost that one. So it's going to be a big one.
That was a solid save. That was a solid defense.
It was a block from the defender.
That's solid. That's Sangare, by the way. I saw the way he celebrated the block because he knew that was goal bound. That was goal bound. From Haaland is goal bound. So Norway are also beating them at the momentum after their first goal. They got another corner.
Haaland again.
That was close. Solid. That was really close. The Atletico Madrid striker almost doubled Norway's lead. That was close. If he was left unmarked,
Haaland also had the opportunity to just poke the ball in. Okay, I think this is a physical mismatch, right, between Norway as well as Cote d'Ivoire. You can see the
Norwegian forwards are huge.
They are huge and bulky, very tall.
He said bulky.
Yes, I mean, imagine Sangare having to deal with Haaland as well as
It's a tough battle.
It's a tough battle. But as it stands right now, obviously Norway leading proceedings at this point in time. Won't go to Nino thanks to Nusa's effort from outside the box. And just like you mentioned, okay, if you have your chance, if you have the opportunity, just make the best use of it, and hopefully what's it called now, Ivory Coast can maybe come back in this game, just like we've seen the match statistics already. Ivory Coast has 4 attempts as goal, Norway has 7 attempts as goal, and just 1 goal has been scored at this point in time.
See, I've said it, as this stage of football, it's a knockout stage. Yep. It's anybody's game. It sometimes could be decided by moment of brilliance. Yep. I mean, you saw the interchange of passes between Bruno Guimaraes and Gabriel Martinelli yesterday that led to that fantastic 95th minute finish for Brazil. Yeah. I mean, it could just take a loss of concentration somewhere. The finish of Norway was so good that the
goalkeeper Fofana
Nusa had no chance. He had no business being in that place in the first place. But sometimes if you don't take your chances and then your opponent getting behind your defense, they will definitely score. And again, at this World Cup, we've seen that fantastic goals have been scored. We saw another one at this evening. Yes. And now the pressure is on the Ivorians to pull themselves together. And if they don't keep their midfield tight and Norway gets to double their lead, it could just be the end. It could just be the end. It could just look at the physical presence of the Norwegians. Look at Solot and Haaland behind each other. Look at how physical they are.
They are Vikings. Really.
So Diomande has been arguably the best player for Ivory Coast. In fact, his entire game, and you probably expect his passes to be a bit better. Frankese wanted to get the ball, but the Norwegians defenders, came in and then they defended so well. So it's another corner kick, 44th minute of this game. I'm sure we have maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, additional time because of the break. But Nicolas Pepe is here. Fantastic for Villarreal last season. Highest goal scorer for them in the Spanish La Liga. After his unsuccessful stint at Arsenal, but he's also trying to redeem himself at the World Cup. He's here for another corner kick for Ivory Coast.
You can see
and let's see where this one would also go to. Okay, the Norwegians are knocking everything out of space. They're not even giving the Ivorians any chance whatsoever. Okay, and that's a free kick right there in favor of Norway as they intend to build a counter attack from an Ivorian corner. Well, the Ivorian fans are getting upset. They want something peaceful from the referee. Well, just look at the that could be a check. There was a pull on Frankese, and he's asking that the referee should make a check on that one. It looks like the VAR officials are talking to the referee. Exactly.
It's gonna be a check.
Exactly. No, it's a call. I think the check is complete, and then the VAR are staying with the on-field decision of a no foul. 4 minutes have been added for this first half additional moment. Okay, and that's obviously a yellow card. That's a very needless. That's the goalkeeper picking up a yellow card, and he made a foul on the brother of Desiree Doe of France and PSG. He's actually playing for Ivory Coast. And maybe at some point they will actually run into each other at this tournament. You never can tell. But to be a very beautiful moment for the Doe family. But as it is right now, 1 minute of the 4 added is up already, and Nicolas Pepe is also positioning to get that particular one for the Ivory Coast. Okay, while we continue to keep an eye on this particular interesting free kick that was really close, but it looks like that's a goal kick. That's a goal kick for Ivory Coast. I think they really need to take their chances.
That was a deft header.
They are getting some, decent half chances, and I think that's a corner. The ball came off the shoulder of Sᴘᴏ.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure the referee spotted it. I'm not sure the referee spotted it. Look at the Ivorians. All right. Well, let's look at the it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick.
That's Agbadu.
Yes, it's a goal kick. Well, there was a time where Germany were expected to win football tournament, including their spell competing as West Germany. They have won the World Cup 4 times, losing in the final another 4 times. They've also won 3 of the 6 European Championship finals they've been in. But those days are over, as their manager even came out to say that they did not give their all. What went wrong for Germany in this World Cup? I mean, a lot of people expected that they should do better, especially how they managed to qualify. Although they lost their last game to Turkey by 2-1, and at that moment I had a feeling that they've not really been commanding at the World Cup.
I agree with you, Okwemi. And I think all tournaments long, ever since they commend the World Cup, Germany are flattered to deceive, really. And
they have the youngest manager at the World Cup, by the way.
Nagelsmann, who I think would also be leaving. And I think this is also going to be.
He will definitely get a job.
He's going to get a job, definitely. But he's going to also create a ripple effect on the team. There's going to be an exodus, really.
I think a couple of players could also, like Manuel Neuer should be resting by now.
Leon Goretzka as well will also probably be leaving, as well as a couple of other players too as well. But for Germany, really, just like I said, they failed to impress anyone so far at the World Cup. They came into this World Cup as one of the tournament's what's called favorites, and yesterday against their opponents in Paraguay, it was surprising to know that they considered the They considered the record, or they considered the earliest shot on target against any German team at any edition of the World Cup, and that was 93 seconds in. When when Paraguay got their first shot on target. So, and if you take a look at the way they played as well, I'm very, very sure they might want to rule how the VAR came in and then disrupted the game.
Yeah, so I was Jonathan Tah's goal. What exactly? Because even former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp had come out to say that if that was a foul, then Arsenal should not have won the Premier League last season. That 60% of the goals that Arsenal scored were scored in that manner. Exactly. Well, we've seen the end of the first 45 minutes of action in the round of 32 game between Ivory Coast and one of the 9 African teams that qualified for the round of 32 of the World Cup, and the Vikings of Norway, and it's still 1-0. This Alan is petty. Look at what Anyway, it's still 1-0 in favor of Norway. And let's see if they are lucky to get the job done in the next 45 minutes, or Ivory Coast would also try to pull a goal back. Please go on.
Just like we said, the goal for Jonathan Tah, and when Jurgen Klopp came out to say, if that Arsenal, if that had been Arsenal, then Arsenal would have won.
He said if that was a foul,
rather, then Arsenal would have won the Premier League last season. But you'd also remember as well that going into this tournament, FIFA gave a guideline as to how was it called?
The goalkeepers need to be protected.
Goalkeepers need to be protected, right?
But a lot of people thought that was a soft foul.
So
even Nagelsmann was pissed.
Soft foul is relative, right? The goalkeepers usually in the Premier League are usually not protected. They are meant to take ownership of their box 18. But at the World Cup, there's a bigger level of protection
for the goalkeepers. We've seen a lot of calls at the World Cup, a lot of penalties given with very light touches, contact with the goalkeepers.
And also, you'd also bear witness that the chief of refereeing, that's Colina, exactly, also made mention of the fact that all of these regulations that were brought forward before the World Cup started, that they will all be utilized. I mean, we've already seen this in this World Cup. For a player was given a red card for covering his mouth and then having a confrontation with the opponent.
We've also seen throw-ins being turned. We've seen substitutions delayed by 1 minute.
We've seen
goal kick turned to corner kicks. Goalkeepers delaying.
We've seen this. What's his name? I'm trying to remember his name now. Bellingham as well, who was also not given a red card for even covering him, and that was for a completely different reason. Because there was no form of confrontation involved in that particular one. But I think that game, between Germany as well as Paraguay was, especially that goal that was ruled out for Jonathan Tah, I do not think that should have been ruled out. But because it is the FIFA World Cup, not the Premier League.
So it's like I said, it's a different scenario when it comes to the World Cup because the rules are different. And maybe we're not exactly used to it as well because of how much contact we always see with goalkeepers in the Premier League, even in the Champions League.
Yes, exactly.
But like I would always say, the rules are the rules. They don't just stick on that one. Okay, away from the Germany versus Paraguay game, well, I would also see the first 45 minutes of action between one of Africa's contenders at the World Cup, Ivory Coast, and of course the Vikings of Norway. Well, let's look at this one. Former England captain Wayne Rooney says he would start Manchester United midfielder Kobbie Mainoo instead of Elliot Anderson in Wednesday's World Cup last 32 against DR Congo. Mainoo has not won a competitive cap for England since September 2024, having dropped out of the United team under former manager Ruben Amorim. However, under Michael Carrick, 21-year-old won his place back for United and England and played in his country's last 4 friendly games, though failed to make it off the bench in the group games. Anderson, who is close to joining Manchester City for Nottingham Forest for a club record £116 million, started all of 3 of England's Group L matches. Rooney, while discussing the midfield, said he would pick Kobbie Mainoo. I would go with Declan Rice sitting, and I would go with Mainoo and Jude Bellingham attacking. Mainoo can give you a bit of both in the tight areas. That's Mainoo's biggest strength. He's fit in right areas, and then he's got a little pass. I think he's the only one capable of doing those in those tight areas right now. And the game kicks off at 5 p.m. and of course 6 p.m. on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Former England striker Mleczki speaking also said he was surprised Thomas Tuchel turned to 36-year-old Brentford midfielder Jordan Anderson and not Kobbie Mainoo for the closing stages of the 2-0 group win over Panama. I was surprised Jordan Anderson was in the squad as Esky, as to see out of the game you bring in a 30-something-year-old and not a 20-something-year-old to the game. He probably has there are 3 more tournaments ahead of him and can grow into the tournament. I'm not sure how it feels about Kobbie Mainoo. Well, what do you make of this, Elliot Anderson? Maybe if you say someone is overrated, maybe this is where Elliot Anderson should come in.
Is Elliot Anderson actually overrated or what?
What in heaven's name do you mean by that?
Well, I think for Elliot Anderson,
116 million pounds. That's record signing. That's the most expensive signing in history of the Premier League.
116?
Yes.
No, is that it's not the.
Who has been signed higher?
Alexander Isak is 130
plus add-ons.
No, minus add-ons. Alexander Isak is 130. Fʀᴏᴍ is also 116 million pounds. That was the then record signing for a Premier League player. But as at now, Alexander Isak still holds that record of 100.
No, Elliot Anderson is English.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Okay, the most expensive British transfer.
Yes,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
British transfer. He definitely eclipses the 100 million record that was paid for Jack Grealish by Manchester City. I know to Aston Villa too.
And even the 105 Arsenal played West Ham for Declan Rice
as well. Exactly. So I mean, for Elliot Anderson, I think he's a box-to-box midfielder that I can pop up as well as chip in with a couple of goals as well as assists. And I think he's also coming in to maybe replace a Rodri that I feel might believe in Manchester City.
Well, I agree with you absolutely.
I feel Rodri might believe in Manchester City. See, especially with the departure
I'm not even questioning the quality of Elliot Anderson. First off, I think he played in an average team, so maybe his best did not really come out. Okay. Maybe you could get better if he gets into a bigger team, bigger responsibility.
We are seeing him play for England at the World Cup, and he's also giving up. I mean, putting in impressive game.
Nothing has been impressive in his game at the World Cup. I'm glad we're on the opposite side of the Yomande and Elliot's conversation.
But you know that he's playing a double pivot with Declan Rice at the World Cup. And it's expected for him to sit. Declan Rice is one who plays as a box.
But for 116 million pounds, let me tell you the players that have been in that league of over 100 million pounds transfer, both as British record or regular English transfer. Alexander Isak, 145 million. We saw his quality at Newcastle. Then Vlad Vries also saw his quality in a Bayer Leverkusen team that went the entire season unbeaten. We've also seen Eden Hazard, boy, when he moved to Madrid. I've always said Eden Hazard is Chelsea's best player in the last 15 years. You can't take anything away from that. There's also Declan Rice. Fresh from winning the Conference League with West Ham. Yes, Eden Hazard has been Chelsea's best player in the last 15 years. You want to argue that?
Not DJ Drogba.
I'm not saying most influential. I'm talking about best player.
Best player?
Maybe 10 years. Let me limit it to 10 years. Maybe 10 years. Because since he's left, no other player has been able to give...
But they've won the Club World Cup.
No other player has been able to drag Chelsea from the jaw of defeat.
The amount of influence that
as much as Hazard had been, especially when it comes to playing against Arsenal. Now, customer data. We've also seen Declan Rice, 116.6 million pounds. We've seen Felipe Coutinho, Enzo Fernandez, Jack Grealish, Moses Caicedo. Does Elliot Anderson fit into this category?
I think he does. If he fits into that category, with the level of football he plays.
If it wasn't English, if it wasn't English, if Elliot Anderson wasn't English, let me not lie to you. A lot of people don't know who Elliot Anderson is until a lot of people start hearing that 116 million pounds. That's a fact. How many people watch?
People do not know Jan Giovanni, if not for the World Cup.
Agbatomi, I know Jan.
What do you know? It's not for the World Cup. Okay, let me say this. I'll buy an Elliot Anderson for 160 million than buy a Jan Giovanni for 120 million.
When are you leaving this show? You need to go, Mares. Did the rain beat you today? Oh, you just got an haircut. So maybe that's why. I got to put me in trouble on this show one day.
I don't buy an Elliot Anderson that buy Jan Giovanni that's only been able to put up one good season at RB Leipzig. But Elliot Anderson has at least given us 3 solid seasons at Nottingham Forest.
Doing what? Nottingham Forest have not finished in the top half of the table in the last 3 seasons. They almost got relegated the season before the last.
When Jack Grealish was bought from Aston Villa, Jack Grealish was bought for 100 million for Aston Villa.
Bro, as at that time, Jack Grealish had obviously outgrown Aston Villa. You see, you don't even compare that transfer.
The same way Anderson has outgrown Nottingham Forest.
Is Anderson the best player at Nottingham Forest?
Maybe the best midfielder. Yes.
Now he's the best midfielder. Now he's not best player.
No.
You see this, but you
maybe the best midfielder.
Elliot Anderson is not the best player at Nottingham Forest.
No, definitely. But he's the best midfielder at the club.
What's my business with midfielder? I'm talking about the best player.
He's the most important midfielder for Nottingham Forest.
Is he the best player for Nottingham Forest?
He's not the best player, but he's the best midfielder.
Is he even the top 3 best players for Nottingham Forest?
Yes, definitely.
Because I will choose Morgan Gibbs White as their best player.
Yes.
I will still choose Olaino. better than Elliot Anderson.
No, come on. Olaino was mostly absent for last season.
He was injured.
Yes, he was injured.
But before he was injured, he was the highest goal scoring defender for Nottingham Forest.
Wasn't available.
Oh, so
how are you able to?
You just talked about Elliot Anderson of 3 seasons.
Yes.
Now you want to judge Olaino on 1 season. You see this Agbatomi of a boy, the way he used to shift goalposts during games. Okay, we have to leave, guys. Today is Tuesday, and so you have to join the ladies on Sport Banter by 8 p.m. I'm sure they'll give you more update on the game. I'm sure the game will have been concluded if it does not go into extra time. Yeah. But as it is right now, it is Ivory Coast 1, Ivory Coast 0, and Norway 1. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so it looks like the Sport Banter ladies will not be available tonight. So you get to enjoy some good, amazing music, courtesy of superstar DJ Gabby T on your Super Damina 98.3. Agbatomi, a big shout out to you for coming through, and maybe in the next couple of days we'll have to excuse you from this show as well, so that I can get your deserved rest and break. I would also wish you well. So well, it's going to be me and you, me against you, all of my enemies. I'm inviting you to join us on this show, and I'm also hoping that a couple of guys like Ayok and of course maybe City Boy. So, by the way, City Boy chatted me yesterday, and he said, Egma, I miss you, and I'm like, I said, I gave him a sticker, like emoji, like, how the heck in heaven's name are you telling me you miss me? Why are you missing me?
Okay, if you take a look at things, it's at this point in time, it's weather for 2, and I'm very, very sure.
Excuse me?
No, yes.
Excuse me?
I mean, you guys can have a
let today be the last time. That comparison will come to your head. 1,000 kilometers close to me. Agbatomi, don't let the devil use you. Don't let the devil use you. So I told City Boy, I said, wait, how in devil's name are you telling me you are missing me? So when Casemiro now scored, so I now made a post that, a goal made from Arsenal.
Yes.
He now told me that, why am I not talking about the goal scorer? Why am I talking about the assist? He now made reference to Egbon. I said, listen, a man should not be missing a man. There's no, I don't even miss my father.
But you know, Okwemi, it is advised that we as men we try to show each other love. I mean, I can give you a hug as my bro, as my brother.
Agbatomi, this show is a sports show, and let it remain as such.
It's not Happiness Hub on Monday.
It's not. If you want to listen to this conversation, join Rio on Monday on Happiness Hub. Or you join tomorrow.
Yes, Shangish
shenanigans. But on this show, don't let the devil use you against me. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing, at same time, 6 p.m., same station, your Sport Milan 98.3. But don't forget tonight, there are big matches. It is Mexico versus Ecuador. There is France versus Sweden. But the game we are still waiting for the second half to start now is Ivory Coast trailing Norway by a goal to not. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll leave you in the hand of Red Print, and I call this one Goal.